Everybody, it's Will with Social Work Test Prep here with another practice question. Let's take a look. Working together at a residential facility, a therapist and case manager develop a strong attraction to each other. Both are social workers and want to be mindful of ethical guidelines as they begin to explore a relationship outside of work. Which of the following best describes the NASW guidelines for relationships between social work colleagues? All right, so questions to ask yourself. What kind of question is this? It's an ethics question. Pretty straightforward. It mentions NASW guidelines. And what's the answer? Well, let's find out what the choices are, but you might have one in mind. Do you remember those guidelines? We'll take a look at them later in this short video. First answer, the social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as it's not sexual. B, the social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as they don't share clients. C, the social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as one isn't supervising the other. Or D, the social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as one transfers responsibilities to avoid making clients uncomfortable. Do you have an answer? Put it in comments. See if it holds up. All right, so two social workers in a residential facility, drawn to each other, want to have a relationship. What does the Code of Ethics say? Let's take a look. There it is. Sexual relationships, section 2.06. Two sections. A, social workers who function as supervisors or educators should not engage in sexual activities or contact, including verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with supervisees, students, trainees, or other colleagues over whom they exercise professional authority. All right. And B, social workers should avoid engaging in sexual relationships with colleagues when there is a potential for a conflict of interest. Social workers who become involved in or anticipate becoming involved in a sexual relationship with a colleague have a duty to transfer professional responsibilities when necessary to avoid a conflict of interest. All right, so there are things that stick out here. Conflict of interest, not defined here in this text, but you'll know it when you see it. And then also the exercise of professional authority. Now, this is going to be helpful in our answers within the parentheses. Sexual activities or contact, including verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact. What is verbal sexual activity? I don't know. Maybe you know. Let's see. So looking at these answers, let's take them one at a time from the top. Social workers can be in a relationship as long as it's not sexual. Well, this did say sexual relationships, but it also seems pretty vague about what that means. Let's not assume that just not having sex is going to hold up with the licensing board or whoever the authority is that's going to enforce ethics in your state, and strike that one out. Next one, social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as they don't share clients. Well, that wasn't hopping back to the code here. I guess there's a potential conflict of interest, but really, what's the thing about sharing clients? Sharing information about clients, well, that's already not allowed. You don't even have to go to the Code of Ethics for confidentiality, where there's plenty of information about confidentiality, but also HIPAA. So we can scratch that one. Social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as one isn't supervising the other. All right, hopping back, over whom they exercise professional authority, right? So that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at this last one. The social workers can be in a romantic relationship as long as one transfers responsibilities to avoid making clients uncomfortable. What would make clients uncomfortable? Public displays of affection, otherwise feeling like the social workers aren't being responsible. Generally, it's not social workers' job to make clients uncomfortable, and it's not specific to the romantic relationship. So I think we can scratch that one too. Really, supervision and the exercise of authority is the big issue here. And so that's our answer. Did you get it? Did you know it? Congratulations if so. There's lots more practice that'll get you one of these pass sheets in not too long on socialworktestprep.com. Come to the site, poke around, take our free practice test, and there are 5 complete 170 question tests which cover DSM and ethics and everything that you may encounter on the ASWB exam. So get there, get practice, and get licensed. socialworktestprep.com. Thanks for watching.